of the Shanxi province, Xi'an, a city steeped in history, formerly known as Chang'an prior to the Ming Dynasty. It's the start of the Silk Road and one of the oldest cities in China with a population of around 10 million. Well, we're not here for sleeping warriors, we're actually here to feast our gaze on warriors of another kind, the living variety, as Xi'an provides the perfect venue for the biennial Sanda World Cup, which opens its doors for the 8th time. My name's Simon Wilcox and I'll have the honour of commentating the action over the next few days, where around 80 athletes from 16 countries will be aiming to get among the medals. Thankfully, I'll be aided by a man who knows Sanda like the back of his hand, as I'm joined by Dr. Anthony Sims, a martial arts expert and judge. Thanks for joining me, Anthony.
Simon, it's a great pleasure for me to be here with you and have the opportunity to share the World Cup broadcast with you and the viewers as we witness one of the must-see events in international Sanda.
So what exactly can we look forward to here in Xi'an?
We can look forward to an incredible array of high-quality bouts. An important distinction for this event is that the World Cup is comprised of top-caliber fighters from many of the countries who have excelled in Sanda competitions at the World Championship level. These are many of the fighters in countries that we see in medal rounds of World Games. We can expect to see a high level of athleticism, technical skill, and most importantly, fighting strategy.
Well, there are 18 weight categories, 11 for the men and 7 for the women. And we'll be keeping tabs on all of those categories where a strong field has assembled here in Xi'an. It'll be the second time the city, with its rich martial arts heritage, will stage this high-profile event. The first time was a decade ago. Well, straight into the action. Our first bout, the men's 65-kilogram class, a semi-final between Savas Bekar and Irfan Ahangarian. But first, the judges will be introduced to the crowd. Nice to see just as many nationalities represented among the judges, Anthony.
Absolutely. We have Iran, Korea, Kazakhstan, Vietnam, Egypt, and China, of course.
An indication of just how fast this sport is growing. Well, for the uninitiated out there, can you tell us a little bit more about the sport of Sanda?
Sure. As a fighting event, Sanda utilizes a wide range of kicking, punching, and throwing techniques. One of the first things we notice is that the fight takes place on a padded platform we call the Lei Ta. We will see fighters attempt to throw opponents off of the platform, which gains immediate points. Fighters earn points based on clear, strong techniques executed in eligible scoring areas, such as the face, side of the head, torso, and thighs. Fighters can use a range of techniques, but are prohibited from techniques such as knees and elbows and attacking joints.
Well, it's only fitting that the birthplace of traditional martial arts, China, should once again host this event, sanctioned by the International Wushu Federation, of course, and sponsors this year have given it the name Hongqing Cup. Have to mention that. Well, the International Wushu Federation, which currently has 147 member countries and regions, has been promoting the inclusion of the sport in the Olympic program. The IOC, of course, approved the inclusion of a martial arts competition as a demonstration event at the 2008 Olympic Games, and the next step is hopefully one day full inclusion into the summer spectacle, where we certainly think it belongs, don't we?
Sure. We also had the opportunity of having an exhibition event at the Youth Olympic Games in Nanjing, China.
We're going to see, as mentioned, a variety, plethora of different countries representing the sport here. We have any that currently dominate the sport. China obviously is one.
Sure, but as you can see, we have representation from Iran, Russia, Egypt, Vietnam, and Indonesia. They all have very strong competitive teams. We're seeing some of the lightweight categories, Philippines and India, and very fast and furious fights. And just as Jakarta hosted the championships recently, and then in Bulgaria we will see some of the emerging countries, so we really do have a broad representation of countries here.
And this tournament certainly has pedigree. Just a quick look through a lot of the participants here. quite a few medalists from the World Championships, and that was, if I'm understanding correctly, one of the ways that you could make it to this World Cup, direct qualification from the World Championships.
Absolutely, pre-qualifying
All
event.
judges, please take your seat.
Well, the judges are just about ready.
That's right.
Just witnessed a fantastic opening ceremony. Tough act to follow. I'm sure the fighters won't let us down.
观众朋友们
absolutely, Simon.
下面场上将要进行的是男子65公斤级的一场半决赛。Now we will begin the semi-final for men's 65 kilograms.
So just about ready to go here. The men's 65 kilogram class. Turkey against Iran. Savas Berkar, who took a silver medal at the World Cup back in 2012, up against an inexperienced Iranian, Irfan Ahangarian, who's making the transition now from the junior ranks. Be interesting to see. It's not always that easy to make that transition in any sport.
Yes, Irfan has had success, though. He won a gold medal at the junior level. He was in the Asian Championships recently. So
let's see how he gets on here.
场上裁判彭飞
one of the
来
things
自
that
中
we should
国
mention
Field
here for the
judge
first time in the
Peng
World
Fei
Cup,
from
Simon, is
China.
that
请
our
双方
viewers
队
will
员
notice
后
that
方队员
the
萨瓦
fighters
什
don't use
来自土耳
headgear
其
or torso
The
gear,
right side,
and this is new
Savas
this year
Biker
for
from
the World Cup.
Turkey. 蓝方队员阿尔方
See how
来
that
自伊朗
affects the outcome
Blue side,
of our
Irfan
bouts.
from Iran.
No protective head or body armor.
第一局比赛开始
So the
The first round begins.
8th Sandar World Cup finally underway. Cagey start, as you'd expect.
Sure, one of the things you'll notice at this level of fighting is they tend to control the ring. You won't see a lot of easy push-offs, the lei tai.
Avoiding that straight left. Berkar. Once again, an attempted kick to the head is blocked. Berkar so far the aggressor. Tries again with an overhead right, but misses.
Both fighters have great respect for each other. They know at this level you need to be careful going in, feeling each other out for the first seconds of the fight.
A low kick blocked away by Berkar.
The platform referee will break the fighters up if they've been clenched longer than 2 seconds.
制定冯方主动进攻
Been activity pointed out by the ref. Now there you can explain
双方
both
下
off the
盘
mat.
不得分
No points awarded there.
No points awarded.
Oh, there's an overhand right
good
that
right.
certainly found the target from Berkar, and he felt that. The legs wobbled.
Good thigh kick there.
Oh, another high kick gets through. That's welcome to the senior ranks for Irfan. See if he can get himself back into this round. Inside the last 10 seconds now.
No score there.
下台无效 蓝方
Just
倒地
catching that right foot.
红
That's
方
right.
得
So the
2分
points he would have earned for the kick were
第一局
neutralized by
比赛
being
结束
taken down.
End of the first round.
No doubt that first round went to Turkey in the form of Savas Berkar.
第一局，红
And
方
that's the
胜，
way the judges see it. First round then to Savas Bekar.
Winner of this round is right side.
Each round is 2 minutes with a 1 minute break in between.
You see that attempted head kick early on. There's that overhand right.
And the roundhouse kick.
观众朋友们，本次世界杯的比赛将
Certainly
13天5个单元，
Bekar was the busier of the two in that first round.
20个国家的60多名运动员参加。休
It
息
can all
时间
change
到
so very quickly
Rest
in
time
any
is up.
combat sport.
You can see that Bekar feels very comfortable there on the ring, really in his zone.
Let's welcome the both sides athletes.
It's up to Irfan to make something happen here.
第二局比赛
Felt the
开始
water now, the
Second
youngster.
round begins.
And let's see if he can grow here in this second round.
There's his timing improved a little bit.
Goes for the
And
side
a
kick.
nice throw for Irfan.
红方倒地在先，蓝方得1分。
Just testing the water perhaps in that first round. A lot more active already inside the first half of this round.
So we've just seen twice that his leg has been grabbed, but he didn't go down. So he's feeling more grounded here in the second round.
Good balance, the youngster.
主动进攻。
There's a straight left over the shoulder of Bekar.
Nice takedown for him.
红方倒地在先，
Using the
蓝方
momentum
得1分。
of the Turkish athlete.
You can see the shift in the fight where Irfan is really making Bekar come to him and bring a fight to him.
Certainly looks more confident here in this second round. He's dropping his hands, inviting the Turkish fighter on. Very asking for more activity. There's an attempted kick from Bekar.
蓝方下台，红方得2分。
As that swung the round in his favour. Quick reaction from a Hungarian. This is again with a right this time.
And he got the takedown.
红方倒地，蓝方得2
Irfan's
分。
clearly back in the round here.
Approaching the end of this second round now. And perhaps the youngster has levelled things out here.
Looks like he
第
has.
二局比赛结束。End of the
Let's
round.
see what the judges saw.
Look far more relaxed in that. Never easy coming out.
第二局比赛，
First
蓝
fight.
方胜。
Winner of the second round is
In
blue
any major
side.
competition.
观众朋友们，本
It's a good
次
showing
世
for
界
this
杯大
level.
赛采用的是3局2胜制，每局的比赛时间为2分钟，局间休息1分钟。利用1分
Now
钟
knows
休
he's
息，
in a
教练
fight.
员可以为
Savas
运动员
Bekar
进行战术的指
Not
导
going to have
和
things
身体
entirely
的
his
放
own
松。
way.
在休息期
We're
间，
set
运
for
动
a
员
very
严禁
interesting
出氧
third round.
严禁使用兴奋剂，否
Momentum
则将取
seemingly
消比赛
swinging
资格所有成绩有
slightly
效。
in favour of the man in picture.
下面是双方第3局比赛。休
This is a
息
good
时间到。
example of a fighter
Rest
listening to
time
his
is
coach and
up.
coaching him through what he needed to
Team
adjust from the
Shanghai
first
Shanghai.
round to the second round.
Welcome the athletes from both sides.
So what does this deciding round have in store for us?
Well, Bekar realizes he has to do something
第三
different
局比赛开始。
because
The third
Irfan has
round
clearly found his
begins.
place in the round.
A low Low kick there. Quickly stepping out of striking distance.
Good side kick
Hungarian.
there.
All very static at the moment for Berkal. Just misses with that head kick.
You can see with that type of kick that he's feeling a little bit more adventurous in terms of techniques he can put out there. He's not seen a lot come back from Bekar. These fighters have lots of power. So at the same time, you want to be careful of not getting that good right hook. See Bekar trying to get his hands in there.
Seems to prefer using his hands.
And Irfan closing the distance with his kicks.
Two contrasting styles here in our opening match.
指定蓝方主动进攻。
Certainly looks lighter on his feet as well.
There's a takedown for Irfan.
Nice counter.
红方倒地，蓝方得2分。
All a bit flat-footed from the Turkish fighter at the moment.
See, Irfan has a good sense of his fighting distance there.
Mobility.
Yes. Forcing Bekar to come in with the technique. Haven't seen a lot of kicks from Bekar other than that first round. So Irfan knows that he's likely leading with his hands.
Getting a bit predictable. Bekar. But he does get in range. Does have power. This is with the kick. Inside the last 10 seconds, and this looks as though
good hands from Irfan. Good hands. No points scored in the clinch for our viewers. Yeah.
Wow.
第3局
In my book, the youngster
End of the
Bekar
third
knows.
round.
He knows
got this.
it's not the round he wanted, and there
第
it
3
goes
局
to
比赛
blue.
蓝方
Didn't
胜
do enough
Winner
in that
of the
final
third
round.
is blue side.
So Irfan, a Hungarian, goes through to the final.
That's a great comeback for him after losing the first round and then getting stronger in the second and third round.
Just seemed to be testing the water in that first round. Looked a bit nervous coming in. As I say, it was a tough act to follow, that impressive opening ceremony.
男子65公斤级
Looked a
半
bit
决赛
overawed,
最终比
did
赛结果
Irfan, but certainly made up for it
来自伊朗的选手
in the second and
2
third
方
rounds there.
2比1获胜。
Be interesting to follow him
Winner of this bout
the
is
remainder of
the blue
this
side.
tournament.
It's like both countries getting ready for fighters again.
That's right, we're going to have a
下面
Turkey
一场
versus
赛事要进行的
Iran
是
battle
男子
again.
70公斤级的
So
一
a
场比
chance
赛。
perhaps
Ali Shai and Moshin
Now we are
Mohammad
going to
Asifi.
begin the men's 70 kilograms.
that is a repeat of the gold match from the World Championships in Jakarta last year. Once again illustrating the caliber of the fighters that we have on show here in Xi'an.
场上裁判亚历
Is
山
there
大
revenge in the air, we wonder,
Field
for
judge
Turkey?
Alexandra.
红方选手
Paper, it certainly looks to be a tight fight, this one.
The right side.
Men's at 70
Adam A.
kilogram
from
class.
Turkey.
蓝方选手穆赫辛来自伊朗。
And here we have
Blue side, Mohsen from
3
Iran.
fighters in this particular category, which means the round-robin format will be adopted.
第1局比赛
Each of
开
the
始。
fighters will fight
The
each
first
other.
round begins.
Starting here with Ali Ai against Mohsen Mohammad Saifi.
Flurry of hand techniques there. We have from both fighters.
Speedy hands from both.
Look at that
what
throw,
a
over the
throw.
shoulder. Great throw
红
from
方倒地
Moshin.，
蓝方得2分。
Well, we know that Iran has a strong wrestling pedigree, strong tradition in wrestling. A lot of the fighters who we see on display here have come from that background.
We can see from Moshin, here's a good example of hands and feet working together. You look at his combinations, punches and kicks following each other. Nice thigh kick and another takedown from Moshin.
To have a tight defence,
倒地，
the
男
Iranian.
方得2分。
Good hands is a nice left hook. You see Ali trying to find a way in.
Certainly on his toes more than Mohamed Saifi. He's just biding his time and waiting for an opening. Tries to unleash a looping right hook there, but misses. Well, that's better. He's getting through
Great
now.
roundhouse kicks. You see he wants to draw him into his hand reach. His very fast hooks there coming out.
Oh, an impressive first round this has been from Mohsen.
方主动进攻，
And quite clearly
第一局比赛结束。
the
End of the
first round going to Iran.
第一局，蓝方胜。
第一局比赛，蓝
Given
方
himself
胜。
a lot of work to
Winner
do
of the
now.
first round is blue side.
Given the initiative
观
to
众朋友们，参加
Mohsen.
散打比赛的运动员在比赛中是可以使用武术的各种腿法、拳法，
Look at the exchange from the fighters.
但是不是每一拳每一腿都可以得分。
These are big guys and the speed.
得分部位有
Look at the
头
power
Beautiful.
there in that
在
throw.
竞赛规则中规定了得分部位有头部、躯干、大腿。
Mohsen
而
was
竞技击打部位
really
有
successful
后
in
脑
looking
腹
for
裆部
the balance point when his opponent didn't have his weight on his feet to be able to take him down, because this is a big guy that he took down.
休息时间到。
Rest time is up.
He comes back throwing. Saw one instance there, he ducked away from a punch and didn't just leave it there. Came back with 2 of his own.
第二局比赛
Make
开
him
始。
miss, make him pay.
Second round begins.
Beautiful combinations from both fighters. You can see that Ali really wants to use his hands. He's quite a boxer there.
Caught with a left though during that flurry. Almost unhinged him. Well, that's a combination he's used before, that low kick with his right foot and then following through with a left hook.
Another throw. 2 points there. He can find the point when his opponent is slightly off balance and it's just enough to lift him. Strong swaijiao throwing techniques.
You can see the frustration visible there on Ali Ai. Twice he's been thrown there as he's come in, setting up attacks of his own and then being countered. Both fighters off the mat, no points scored.
双方下台不得分。
Well, this fight rapidly getting away from Ali Ai here.
Just under a minute left.
A lot of work for him to do.
Ali has a good exchange when he gets in to punching range, but he needs more than that because his opponent is just as fast with his hands. The judges have to see clear punches in order to score.
There's nothing on the board so far in this second round, the Turk.
And he just got
红方队员消极发表。
penalty for,
得一分。
there's another throw.
The minute he's being outclassed here. Ali Ai. It's caught with a right, short right from Mohsen.
There he finally got points on the board with that kick.
Too little too late, I'm afraid. Inside the last 20 seconds now of this second round, a round that
这对男方主动
Ali Ai needed to win, and he certainly hasn't done that. He's getting caught again there.
You can hear the
Clock
roundhouse
runs down.
kick, and he got the takedown.
男方倒地，红方得2分。
So Ali finally got a takedown there. Couple points. Ay.
Well, it's not enough. Smile on the face there of Mohsen Mohamed Saifi, who has won his first match in this round robin. quite convincingly as well.
第二局蓝方胜。
第二局比赛，蓝方胜。
It's the combination.
This round is blue side.
Had the you saw everything there
Yep.
illustrated. Good punching, good kicks, and of course the ability to throw his opponents. And that is Sanda in a nutshell.
本场男子70公斤级比赛最终比赛结果，蓝
So 2 wins there for Iran. Turkey not doing themselves any favours.
This level of competition, you don't get many easy points. So
Hussein from Iran.
观众朋友们，刚才
2-0 then to Iran over Turkey as we move on.
大腿，
This weight category, the men's 75 kilogram category.
和躯干得2分，如
A
果
match between Egypt and Lebanon.
躯干得1分，如果这个腿法
Ayman Mohammed, World Championship bronze medalist last year in Jakarta, goes up against Yamina Bashir from Lebanon.
下面场上将要进行的是男子75公斤级的一场半决赛。
We are going to start
This once again a semi-final.
75 kilograms.
Means that 4 fighters are entered in this weight category. For those of you who are interested, the incentives, there is prize money at stake. The winner walks away with about 1,475 US dollars, 10,000 yuan, 6,000
From Egypt.
yuan going to the silver medalist, 885 US dollars, and the bronze medalist walks away with around 443 US dollars. So it's not just about the honour of winning, which should be enough.
and that is the difference between the World Cup and the World Championships.
Lebanese fighter looking a tad nervous here.
Ayman coming out as the aggressor here and off the platform.
It's already a healthy lead here.
But when you see the
Ayman.
opponent that close to the edge,
It's an open invitation.
that's right. Twice off the platform, the round is over. And he's going for it again, as you can see.
Difficult style to put your finger on from the man from the Lebanon.
Bashir's trying to work his way into the fight, mostly defending now, as you can see, though.
Making the mistake of standing
They're
far too
trying
close.
Trying to do a ground technique, but he actually ended up losing a point for himself.
Attempting to sweep the feet of his opponents. There's an overhand right. Crowd enjoying this. It's
Crowd
nice to see.
appreciating that. That's right.
There's obviously a huge gap in experience here by the look of things.
And you can see it. We haven't seen many techniques coming from Bashir yet. But he knows that he has an experienced opponent in there.
He's obviously learned that he shouldn't loiter on the outside of
Twice he's tried that
the lei
technique.
tai. Looks a bit perplexed at the moment. Ayman. Perhaps never fought anyone with this sort of style before.
And he is off the platform. Rounds over twice off the platform.
So that's that. We did actually get some points on the board in the end, but didn't help. As you explained, twice off the platform, and that automatically gives the round
So this is an example of the difference in the experience for the fighters. This is our third fight. You didn't see anyone losing a round going off twice because this level of fighting, people are experienced. You see different levels of fighting. This happens quite often.
He was playing a dangerous game throughout that round. Was, as I say, standing far too close to the edge of the Leitai, almost inviting the throw. Hopefully he'll learn from that now, going into the second round. It's a learning curve, of course. And if he is as experienced as he looks, then this will be a good experience for him.
Well, the great thing about coming to this level of competition is you only get to get better because you take away experiences from fighting with some of the best in Sanda. We can
perhaps the thinking behind it.
You see here, Ali's coming out, firing on all cylinders here. Bashir trying to get a few techniques out, but he just doesn't seem to have the same arsenal. But his shoulder's a little bit more relaxed, trying to get some kicks out.
Hasn't done much with his hands so far.
Finding his fighting distance is trouble, as you can see for him. And he's off.
As I said in the first round, there does seem to be a huge gap in class here.
This is a matter of controlling the platform, and you see his opponent wants to finish the fight, and he just finished the fight. Ali just saved himself some energy.
Exactly. Moving forward. Perhaps need that energy against the better fighters. A credit to Yamina Bashir. Standing up for as long as he did. And a straightforward victory then for Ayman Mohammed. And he's got enough energy left for the backflip as well.
It's his trademark move.
It was the only way he was going to hit the mat in that fight.
We have our first women's bout up.
Just won the women's bout today. Plenty more to come, of course. Women's 60-kilogram class. And Iran once again in action.
To our viewers, we're growing the sport incrementally. So while the men didn't have headgear and chest protectors, the women are still using headgear and chest protectors. So
be interesting to see how that develops in the years to come. There'll be a call for gender equality even there. We have a fantastic match in progress, or in prospect rather, here. World champion from last year, Sadige Daria from Iran against Sintung Sheriman from Hong Kong, who was a bronze medalist at the same championships in Jakarta. Hong Kong well supported here as well, naturally. And we know how aggressive the Iranian women are. Only seem to have one gear. And it's a full-on attack.
So you saw her score points with the roundhouse kick. There's a third roundhouse kick and a takedown. The Iranian female fighters are really good at piecing together fights. That's 6 points that you've seen just within the first few seconds of the fight.
And they always seem to start aggressively, never start a fight on the back foot.
So you see the point differential for the fighters in terms of accumulating points, where Daria has been able to do that.
hasn't really got into a rhythm at all at the moment.
And there's another takedown from the slightly shorter woman. So able to plant herself and really feel her opponent's loss of balance.
You've certainly found
2 kicks following each other.
kicking distance.
Torso.
Nearly in a league of her own in this first round.
But it's been a very quiet fight, continuous but quiet fight, and accumulation of points, which is a great strategy.
She's certainly piling on the points.
She hasn't needed to turn it up another gear.
Getting good combinations. Getting home with both hands and then following up with a kick. Throw to finish off with in that first round.
Over her shoulder.
Showing immense power there. Oh, no question. Just couldn't find any sort of rhythm in that first round, Hsintung Sherry-Man.
She's able to kick at will and land those points to the torso, finding good spots to slip in the kick. And what we will probably see from Daria E, because she didn't have a real strong contest in this first round, is that she needs to use this to work herself into coming rounds. So the one thing about a fight, when you don't have a fighter that's giving you a lot to work with, you don't have another fight between the time you come up against someone that may have a lot of firepower. So you really need that experience on the Lei Tai in a recent fight. So we might see her trying some things just to get even more technique out.
But can you see any way back at the moment for Sherry-Man?
It's tough. Daria E has another gear if she needed to. So Sherry-Man, she has nothing to lose by going forward. She knows that her competitor scored a lot of points on her in that last round. So like you said, it's opportunity to gain experience.
Quick hand speed from Daria E. There's always the danger of being countered as well. You can't be too aggressive. But, at the moment, Sherry-Man is getting caught in between the two.
One of the things that's really effective strategy for Daria E, you can see she stays outside of the other person's fighting distance, outside of the kicking distance, but she's able to land with her kicks. She has a good sense of distance, and here we have a warning there for Sherry about holding, clinching. But look at the space that she's able to make up. Look at the space Daria E makes up to get in to score.
And there it comes.
Right.
Trying to push her off the Lei Tai. And again in full control in terms of the points. Picking points. Nothing dramatic, but just chipping away.
We saw Daria throw a side kick. Most of her kicks have been roundhouse kicks, so roundhouse is clearly her go-to kick, but she threw in a side kick there that was also effective. When you have a fighter that's not giving you a lot to fight against, you end up creating the space for yourself.
Not putting together the combinations that she did in the first. Doesn't have to either. Busy here towards the end of the round, but again, she's done enough, clearly, to take the round. Finishing with a flurry. It's a win for Iran. third of this session. So at the moment, well-oiled machine.
Leader of the second round is right side.
So a convincing win there for the world champion. Never
Nice.
really looked in danger. So confirmation then of our winner.
这场女子60公斤级的比赛最终比赛结果，红方Anthony Yang
First
选手
women's action of the competition.
Another characteristic of Sanda, you saw the fighters paying respect to each other, paying respect to the platform referee and also the officials. Steeped in tradition of
An
Chinese
integral
martial
part
arts. Yes.
of martial arts. There are no prizes for guessing. But there's a Chinese fighter up in the next bout as we move on to the men's 80-kilogram class. And the World Championship silver medalist
Gao Feng.
Fu Gaofeng goes up against a man from Kazakhstan, a man who took a medal in those same championships.
Kenshete
Bronze.
Tayev, yes, bronze medalist.
It can go two ways when you're fighting in front of a home crowd. You can get nervous and make a complete pig's ear of it, or you could be buoyed by the crowd and find new levels. So let's see how it goes for Gaofeng.
Baghdad from Kazakhstan. Easy. The first round begins.
Well, one of the things you see right away from our fighter from Kazakhstan is that is some good stability skills. He hasn't been able to, Gao Feng hasn't been able to take him down, so you see him dropping his center of gravity and being able to hold on there.
Should have decent defense with the boxing skills. Kazakhstan, of course, very good amateur boxing nation. And you can see his tight defense there. Taking the kick on the gloves. And looking to counter there, just short. And Gaofeng trying to get the kick in. Edging it slightly. The Chinese fighter. A tricky customer, the Kazakh.
Good hands, but also good fighting distance. You see Gao Feng able to reach in with that leg for a thigh kick and at the same time evade
The
the
hands of the
punches.
Kazakh.
That's right.
Holding him by the neck there. Whilst dishing out some punishment with the right.
It's a good example of how strong Baghdad is. He was able to stay on the lei tai even with the push, and there is one down. If your glove touches the ring and you're the platform and you're off balance, then that counts. A spinning side kick from Gao Feng. Beautiful left.
Here's a perfect example of what you were talking about, Anthony. The way he adjusts his striking distance to evade any possible attacks from Baghdad.
It's a pointed attack, taking too long to move after beautiful exchange of hands there.
Lovely straight right from the
That's right.
Kazakh.
Straight right in combination there for
The first round going to the Chinese fighter. Only 1 point given to Baghdad in that first round. From Perhaps he was worth a few more. The feeling that this fight isn't over yet. It's always difficult against Chinese fighters fighting in China, of course. Both coaches busy, very animated.
You see Coach Zhang talking to him both about takedowns and his handwork.
Bit of a legend, of course, the Chinese coach.
Beautiful handwork.
Right away, catching him with that overhead right.
Good hands there from Baghdad. Against a lesser fighter, either of these fighters would have been able to take them down. You see them really stay there, not able to get the other opponent off his foot. And there, Baghdad gets a takedown.
Nice counter. So this round already a lot tighter. Baghdad knows it's a round that he has to win to keep this contest alive. And so far he's doing well. Not doing too much with his feet. The Kazakh, most of his work coming from his hands, and good hands he does have.
Good hands. What's happening for Gaofeng is he actually has the combination with his kick coming in. So they're both scoring with their hands. That extra edge comes from Gaofeng's kicks. You see this leading with the thigh kick when they get an exchange of hands.
Oh, got caught with a right there. Baghdad smiled, but I think he felt that.
Sure. Again, we need to stress that these fighters are fighting without headgear, and they have some heavy blows landed there.
Gaofeng just missing with the left uppercut earlier there. And that would have done some damage. And just taking a breather, Baghdad.
Yeah.
Launching into another attack. This time he does get the kick in. Starting to tire now, the Kazakh.
And that's just from what you said, just being tired. They're stopping. They're actually stopping the fight.
Oh, the gum shield out. Looked exhausted towards the end. Baghdad Khenjatayev. And our winner is Fu Gaofeng of China.
This is something that you'll see with the officials if they sense that there's a disparity between the fighters. One fighter is not able to mount defenses. For the safety of the fighters, they will stop the fight.
Well, we could
took some heavy
obviously
blows.
see that he was tiring. And evidence of that was when he was just thrown off the lei tai. So a win for China. The crowd certainly enjoyed. As we move swiftly on, no rest for the wicked. Next up we have the men's 85 kilogram class, and our last fight of this first session on this Friday evening. And it's the Frenchman Xavier Fu-Papokam, a bronze medalist last year at the World Championships.
He's fighting Wen Zhongwang from China, so we'll see that similar energy here in the arena.
Bit of an unknown quantity, Chinese, but you know as soon as you see the flag by their name what sort of class they're going to be.
As you mentioned, Xavier's been to the platform before. He's had success on the lei tai. But his opponent also knows that.
As the weight increases, the weight of punch increases as well. And this is perhaps where we'll see the biggest changes now that the protective gear has been removed.
Xavier has those long legs, and if I'm not mistaken, he uses them quite a bit in his fights. That's a beautiful roundhouse kick to the face from Nguyen, though.
Caught with the right hand as he came in. Xavier looking to counter with that right hand.
Both big men showing that they can use their legs as well as their hands.
An accidental kick in the nether regions, shall we say? Fighter just given some time to recover.
So that gesture indicated that there was a penalty, 2-point penalty for Xavier because of that low kick.
Well, surely wasn't intentional, but dangerous it was.
So you see Xavier going for some type of grappling takedown move, but he's got to have more for Nguyen. And there's off the platform.
One thing on his mind there. Avoiding the same fate, the Frenchman. Quickly wheeling him round. Trying an uppercut there.
Almost. Here's an example of where you see when using legs, hands, and throws if he can work them in, showing sort of that all-around fighting skill, his training foundation, not relying on feet more than hands, and able to stay on that side kick.
Oh, the speed of that kick came out of nowhere.
Just a.
Oh, Xavier getting a bit desperate.
When completely reversed the movement, they're both off the lei tai. Xavier had him initially to push off the lei tai.
I'm still so impressed with that kick. He's a pretty big man. The speed of that kick was quite astonishing. I hope we get a replay of that. But first round clearly going to Wong.
Here's a case where his fighting distance wasn't so far away, but the stability of his standing leg was strong enough to knock this big man down with a quick flick of a little side kick, like you said.
That's what the
look at that
there. Didn't see it coming at all. It's quick enough in slow motion. So some work to do then for Xavier Phukam.
You see his coach talking to him about some circular footwork to get around.
Wen Zhong in control. And things going according to script so far for the Chinese fighters. Huge expectations on their shoulders, of course, here on home turf. Let's see if Xavier can find a way getting himself back into this now. Fully focused. Wang. A long left from the Frenchman.
And he's off the platform again. Xavier gave it a fight to stay on there, though.
He's on the back foot again here in this second round. He is now the chaser.
There's a different level of precision in the kicks. Watch Nguyen's kicks and watch Xavier's kicks. When scoring with the kicks, whether it's a roundhouse kick, push kick, thigh kick, he's getting the kicks in. We haven't seen Xavier able to make his kicks make a difference in the match yet. Wow.
Oh, going for the spectacular, but
spinning hook kick.
Things tightening up here.
And that's when you know a fighter has a lot of confidence in it, for a tall fighter to go with a spinning hook kick. But he knows that Xavier handily had that first round, so he's really trying to put some techniques out there.
So if that pays off for him, it's a lot tighter now.
Xavier's off the platform, but he's still holding on to win. So
it wasn't a controlled
that's right.
exit.
See more clenching here from Xavier.
He needs something big in the last quarter of this round, the Frenchman.
Not a huge difference in scoring, so actually Nguyen gets a takedown there.
And that could be just enough to guarantee this second round, but still some time.
Sure, Xavier's still within striking distance of being able to take the round, not with a penalty, just got a penalty. 1 point for clenching.
He needs a big kick.
Yeah, and he's he actually went down on the lei tai before Nguyen did, so that's where Nguyen won a point for that takedown. And
looks as though it is going to be Nguyen who goes through. Gave it his best shot, did the Frenchman, but it wasn't to be. Certainly a lot closer in that second round.
Sure.
There's that advanced technique.
Look at that side kick to the chin.
Such dexterity from a tall man.
Make no mistake, Xavier had his hands full with the fighter there. That second round, he pushed out. He really tried to make a difference there in the second round. He was fighting a man with the complete package, legs, hands, takedowns when he needed to.
Someone we haven't seen too much of.
Right.
It'll be interesting to follow that one. Also a round robin encounter, so we are going to see more of Xavier. Another fight from him, and of course another fight for Wang Wenxiong. So that concludes today's first session. We've got a taste of things to come. And you can see the next session, and plenty to look forward to there, Anthony. Some great matchups, and it is going to be a full day.
2 sessions there.
2 sessions
tomorrow.
indeed. We have an evening session as well, so plenty of fantastic action to come. That's the good news from Xi'an. You've already seen what we have in store for you, so don't miss as the drama unfolds. Tomorrow we'll be here with the first fight around 10 o'clock. So, from Anthony and myself, we thank you for joining us. And don't forget, there's 2 more days of action with the finals coming up on Sunday. So see you again tomorrow at 10 o'clock.